Hey sis, how's it going? How are you doing? Really? How are you? And don't give me that standard answer. I'm fine. I won't accept it. I want to know how you're really feeling. How's your mood lately? How's your emotional health? Are you feeling secure, whole, happy, enthusiastic? Are you okay? I mean, really okay. When is the last time you laughed out loud? Let me ask you, is your life bringing you joy? How are your days lately? Do you feel fulfilled? I hear so many of my sisters, friends, and colleagues complain that they just feel stuck, overwhelmed, and stressed. They don't feel upward and forward moving. They have become stuck in tasks, routines, and a perpetual state of emptiness. This often leads to moments of profound anxiety and sadness. Has this been your experience? Can you relate? While we're talking, have you ever had the sudden or gradual realization that you're living your life on autopilot? No passion, no joy, no giggling, just going through the motions of life. If you've answered yes to any of my questions, or my words resonate with you in any way, stay with me. Let's keep talking. There was a space where I found myself asking, what on earth am I doing? What am I supposed to be doing? Why am I so unhappy? I asked myself the above questions because it was time for me to figure out what was going on in my life. I'm a thinker, so all I had to do was process these questions and everything would be fine. When I asked myself if I felt fulfilled, happy, secure, and excited about my life, I answered with a resounding no. So the next question I asked myself is, what am I feeling? The answer was mostly nothing. I'm busy, I have things to do. I don't have time for feelings. But if I'm honest and willing to admit it, I felt apathy. At times, I easily detached myself from emotions. In fact, I was mostly indifferent in most areas of my life. After investing some time with myself, I've come to understand the casual way I moved through life and relationships was a defense mechanism. It was my way of protecting myself. Indifference was my shield of choice. Unfortunately, the nonchalant way that I lived my life had not served me well. It thwarted my personal growth and prohibited me from living an authentic, loving, brilliantly bold life. But why? The next questions on my journey would shape my life for the next 20 years. Why was I like this? And how did I get here? This is the point where I kicked into autodrive to explain my whys and hows. I could swiftly recount the negative experiences that got me there. Boy, could I tell myself some stories that would make it all clear. I could reach back in my memory and account for every pain, heartache, disappointment, and betrayal there was. Although I understood, I did not tell myself these stories as an excuse, but rather as an explanation. Either way, the stories I told myself hurt me. Whether you are conscious of it or not, you too, somewhere along the way, have developed your own life stories. They have become the lenses in which you view everything in your life. They are the filters for which you see all of your options and make all of your choices. Your life stories are a culmination of the stories that you tell yourself based on your experiences and/or how you recall significant moments in your mind. The stories that you tell yourself provide a unique insight into your subconscious mind, including your ambitions, desires, hopes, and goals. Unfortunately, these stories also include your insecurity, shame, and fear. Your stories are your personal histories, marked with the good, the bad, and the ugly. They define your life. They define who you are and how you value yourself. Our connection with storytelling begins when we are children and continue long into adulthood. From assigning meaning to past events to editing out the things that don't fully match our narratives, the stories we tell ourselves can have a huge impact on our daily lives. Stories affect how we present and interact with others, and both influence how we treat ourselves, how we treat other people, and how we expect to be treated. Stories impact how we move in the world and accept our place within it. Stories determine if we choose to be both seen and heard. The stories we tell ourselves are so important that they affect our sense of worthiness and if we practice self-love or not. They determine if we prioritize our needs and desires. Our self-told stories also impact the beliefs we have about ourselves and what beliefs we accept from other people. While it is good to have stories, sometimes they may be skewed or completely false. Sometimes the stories that we hold on to reinforce the shame of our poor choices or the embarrassment of our mistakes. Perhaps your stories have you stuck on what your mother did or what your father didn't do. The childhood bully, the failed exam, the cheating boyfriend, the betrayal of a dear friend, or failure of any kind. Either way, the stories we tell ourselves often reinforce false narratives and limiting beliefs that keep us stuck, or in my case, apathetic. Think back to something that's happened in your life and you tell that story over and over again, and it makes you angry, it makes you sad, it makes your stomach knot. What is that story? Think about it for a moment. The stories that you tell yourself may not be serving you well. Rewriting the stories will allow you to begin your journey to live a happier, more fulfilled life. Note, rewriting your stories doesn't mean that you're telling yourself lies or denying your truth. Rewriting is about making a shift in the energy and the perspective that keeps you in a negative space. Rewriting your story means trying to find meaning in your life that will propel you to live as your best self. It means having the courage to change the narrative. Reframing your narrative means finding power in your own story so that you can live in peace, joy, and fulfillment. May I invite you on a journey of self-exploration to unpack the stories that you tell yourself that may not be serving you well? Let me know if you're ready. If you are, click the link to join me. It's free. It's my complimentary gift to you, just for you, because you deserve it. I know you're busy, you may have to run, but that's okay. I just want you to take a moment and just hear these last words and know that they are true. You are braver than you believe. You are stronger than you seem. You are smarter than you think. Be well, sis. Stand tall in your brilliance.